All right, today we are going to dive into something pretty amazing, the very core of what makes something alive. We're talking about the cell. It's this tiny, incredible building block that connects every single living thing on this planet. So let's get right into it. So, let me ask you a question. It kind of sounds like the start of a riddle, right? You've got a massive blue whale, a sequoia tree that's just towering, and then a bacterium so small you can't even see it. What in the world could they possibly share? And the answer is actually super simple, but also really profound. It's the cell. Is one little structure is the universal thing that links all life together. It's the common thread that runs through absolutely everything. Okay, so what is a cell, really? Let's break it down and get into why this tiny unit is basically the ultimate ticket to being considered alive.
Think about it like this. Cells are both the bricks and the factory. They are the structural part, right? They build our bodies, literally from the ground up. But they're also functional. They're the powerhouses where all the action happens, from turning your lunch into energy to firing off signals in your brain.
And this is the #1 rule of the game. If you're made of at least one cell, welcome to team life. If not, you're not in the club. It's that simple. That's the real difference between, say, a rock and a little bit of moss growing on it. It all comes down to the cell. You know, this whole idea is so important, so central to biology, that it has its own theory. It's called the universal cell theory, and it's basically a set of 3 simple but super powerful rules that govern all life as we know it. So here they are, the 3 pillars of biology. First, everything that's alive is made of cells. Could be 1, could be trillions. Second, the cell is the smallest thing you can point to and say, yep, that's alive. And third, and this one is huge, cells have to come from other cells. They don't just pop out of nowhere.
The scientist Rudolf Virchow really nailed it with this famous Latin phrase, all cells from cells. And that little idea has massive implications. It means every single time a cut on your finger heals or you grow even a tiny bit, it's because your cells are dividing. In fact, every cell in your body can trace its family tree all the way back to that one single cell you started as. Pretty wild, right?
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. While all cells play by these same basic roles, they're not all the same. Think of it like life has 2 main architectural blueprints. One is simple and efficient, and the other one is way more complex. On one hand, you've got the prokaryotic cell. This is your basic model, what bacteria are made of. It's kind of like a simple studio apartment. Everything, including the DNA blueprint, is just floating around in one open space. Then you've got the eukaryotic cell. This is the complex model that makes up plants, animals, you, me, everyone. It's more like a mansion with lots of different rooms, and that super important DNA is kept safe and sound in a special room called the nucleus. And that jump in complexity is what allowed all the big, intricate life we see today to evolve. So, whether we're talking about a simple studio or a huge mansion, every house of life has a few key parts. Let's take a super quick tour of the 3 big ones you'll find in almost any cell. First up, every cell has a cell membrane. And this isn't just a wall, no way. It's more like a super strict bouncer at a nightclub. It decides what gets in, like nutrients, and what gets kicked out, like waste. It's the gatekeeper that separates the organized world inside the cell from the chaos outside. Then, filling up the cell is the cytoplasm. It's this jelly-like stuff. But don't let that fool you. It is incredibly busy in there. This is the factory floor of the cell, the main workshop where all the chemical reactions that keep you alive happen. It's a nonstop hub of activity. And in those fancy eukaryotic mansion cells we talked about, you've got the most important room of all, the nucleus. This is the command center, the brain of the whole operation. It holds the DNA, the master blueprint with all the instructions for building and running the entire organism. Super important stuff. So this brings up a really cool question. If all life is built from these same basic parts, how do you get such an incredible variety of living things? How does the same fundamental unit create both a nerve cell in your brain and a cell in a leaf? Well, it all comes down to one word: specialization. See, even though these cells have the same basic DNA instruction book, they only read certain chapters. This lets them take on totally different shapes and jobs. A red blood cell becomes this little concave disc, perfect for carrying oxygen. A nerve cell grows long, spindly arms to pass signals. and a plant cell gets packed with chloroplasts to soak up sunlight. It's a perfect example of how form follows function. So let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway here? The fact that a giant tree, a tiny mushroom, and you are all made of the same basic building blocks, well, it points to a really deep and powerful truth. We all share a common ancestor. It's this amazing story of a single spark of life that over billions of years grew into this incredible, diverse family tree we see today. It's a fantastic reminder that, on the most fundamental level, all life is connected.